Hey gang, Scott Davenport here, and I've got a quick tip for you about the transform tool in Lightroom and the Constrain Crop checkbox. It behaved, I guess, let's just say, in a way that I wasn't expecting, and it makes sense, but there's a way to work around this little problem. And so let me just show you with an example here. I've got this shot of a building. I'm really close to it on the street, and so I want to do some type of correction. Let's do a quick guided correction. And we will let's just use this window to get our straight lines here. So here's one, like that. And then here's another on the outer edge. Let's say like that. We'll get our perspective correction. Great. And then we have the Constrain Crop. Now checking this is where we expect the white spaces to go away from the edges. When I checked that, I got more than I bargained for. This really jumped and punched in, and that surprised me. So I turned it off. I didn't like that. I turned it off, and it didn't snap back to where I'd expected things to go. It's like, all right, what's going on here? Well, the answer lies in the crop tool itself. I hit the R key, and we see here's our crop tool, crop and straighten. It's this aspect ratio of original. I hadn't done anything to the photo, so assuming my crop is going to be an original aspect ratio, that's what the crop tool did. So the first thing is to unlock that so we can freely start moving this crop around and get what we want. Like I want to make sure I have the name of the lettering in the hotel there, at least mostly. And as I start to play around with this corner here, you notice I'm going back and forth and wiggling around the edge where I'm pulling in white space. Well, inside the crop tool, there is Constrain to Image. And if I turn that on, that will prevent me from going outside the boundaries. I can't drag this crop outside of the edge of where I have this white space here. And that's very helpful. So now I can make sure I just get the parts that I want, make sure I have, in my case, I wanted all this lettering in here. And notice this does match Constrain Crop in the transform tool. I can turn it off and turn it on. Both checkboxes go off and on. But, my point in sharing this is that if you're in the transform tool, and I was in the habit of click Constrain Crop, and everything is fine, it may not be. It may crop too much away, and you might not think to go into the crop tool itself and take a look around and see what's going on. If by default you're using your original aspect ratio, well, the Constrain Crop is going to honor that. If your default is a locked aspect ratio, Constrain Crop is going to honor that, and you may get a weird result. So pop into the crop tool if the one checkbox in the transform panel doesn't do what you want. And that's going to do it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know somehow. Comments below. Questions about photography, hit me up in the comments, or you want to keep it private, send it to me through my website. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport, and happy shooting.